Hey YouTube, this is The Art of Prepping. Thanks again for joining me on my second bonus video today. We're really knocking them out. I just wanted to kind of bring up a topic here that some people are a little bit hesitant to talk about, and they don't even want to admit that this happens. To me and you, it's probably pretty obvious. We probably follow this protocol, but simply put, it depends on where you live and stuff. Where I live, it's a bit more rural, and so my grocery store is not a comprehensive grocery store. It's almost like a mini mart, if you will. But it's very, very small. They have very limited amount of stuff, and their prices are typically outrageous, just because there's more overhead, you know. And then maybe a larger, higher volume store that's in a large city, for example. But with that being said, typically though, anywhere you go, they'll have sales, sometimes clearance sales. And sometimes you can get some very good deals on good food. And you may have to work with a little bit of it, maybe help do a few steps to preserve it longer term, as we do most of our stuff. But in terms of what I'm talking about is taking advantage of the sales. And of course, this is so basic sense. This is just like, no kidding, Art of Prepping. What are you really making a video on this? But you would be surprised. And even I slip up sometimes when I see things. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I can come back tomorrow and get more. And then you never do. Or you see something like half off that normally is never half off. And you just kind of walk by it, and you might get one or two of them, but you just kind of take for granted that it's at that price. And you try to go back next week and it's at full price again. And you're like, oh man, I could have really saved some moolah, because it's stuff that you would buy anyway. So the things in particular, the things you buy on a regular basis, when there's a deep discount, and I'm saying, I mean, even if you have to maybe borrow some money from someone, I'm not for borrowing anything, but I'm just saying that if it's another family member or something that you can, and you know that within a couple of days you can pay them back, or even if you have to dip in a little bit to a reserve fund somewhere, just temporarily, and then the next paycheck just to go ahead and put that money right back. And I'm not talking about, digging, deep into an emergency fund, nothing like that. But hopefully you would have a little bit of money in somewhere that you can pull from, even if it's just another $20 to $50 to get that much more of that stuff on sale that you would be using anyways. And you probably know that after that week or those few days it's on sale, it's going to go back to full price, as it always tends to go, for at least a few weeks before it comes down at all. And so that's just something that happened to me just recently, an item that I don't really buy a whole bunch, but I do enjoy. And it was actually like 40% off. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. So I bought a few of them. I did actually go back a few days later and get a few more, but I consumed them within a week. And then the next week though, I went back, just doing my regular grocery shopping, and bam, full price. And they've been full price for weeks and weeks now. And so it just makes me, man, it's like, I could have saved some pretty heavy money if I just simply bought more then. Just bought more. Just filled up a whole cart of it. And so I'm just trying to promote this idea that, the foods that are worthwhile buying and the things you eat, and you see them get that low on a price, back the truck up, figuratively speaking, and just go ahead and get it. Even if it's like toilet paper, for example, or it could be anything, even food related. There's been some sales in my area on toilet paper that, 50% off. And that stuff can add up. You wouldn't believe how much it costs to wipe your ass. And so I just kind of got to the point now, though, when you see these deep discounts, even if I don't have, money falling out of my pocket, dig deep into your pocket and find a way to make it happen, because it'll save you money, so much money in the long term. When that last sale happened with toilet paper, I literally got 8 months of toilet paper. And I will tell you, I'm actually almost on probably tomorrow I'll be using the last roll. So I need to go back and get more. I'm in dire need for toilet paper. But this is just to tell you, though, that I saved some pretty good, probably $35, $40, I estimate roughly, just because I did that a while back, almost 8 months ago. So, just things like that, just having the forethought to do things. And that's why it's probably always good to have a little bit of extra cash or a little bit of extra money in your savings or checking account that you could pull from to get unexpected purchases that can really benefit you. So I call it a slush fund. Some people have it integrated into their checking account. If you put it in your savings account, it's a little bit harder to access unless you have something that's mobile and you can just transfer it into a checking account. Some people just simply have an envelope. They put cash in, literally just real cash, and they just kind of keep it with them, maybe in their go bag or their bug out bag. If they keep that with them in their car, and so when they go shopping, if they really do run into something, they don't want to use their credit card or debit card, they can simply go and get the cash and make it happen. And that's a good way. That kind of keeps you accountable. It's whatever works for you. Sometimes what I do is just put things on credit card and pay it right off within a few days. If not, of course, at the end of the billing cycle, because it doesn't make sense to actually carry it over and accrue any kind of interest or fees. You should never do that. But and that way I also get the rewards, on the credit card. If you have one of those credit cards, a lot of credit cards do now, pretty much almost all of them have some type of reward program to keep you as a customer with them. And sometimes you can make as much as 1 to 5%, just on bonus. You can get that much more off, which is super awesome. I've heard of cards, though, every once in a while having some specials that are like, with the rewards part of it, as much as a 25% or so discount on the next purchase with certain companies. So anyways, whatever it is, some of this is pretty neat. If you can work it and you can stay organized and keep up with things, credit cards are not the evils that some people make it out. It's because people aren't disciplined, they get in trouble with it. I've been using credit cards all my life, and it's been, let's see here, many decades, definitely more than 2.5, 3 decades at least, that I've been using credit cards, and I've never been late 1 month. I've never paid any fees or penalties, nothing, ever in my entire life. And I can't even tell you how much savings and how many rewards points and in real dollars that I've actually made off of a credit card. And so that's just being smart. And so this whole video is simply about buying things when they're at their best deals. Sometimes, Amazon has a big blitz, and they'll have these amazing markdowns overnight, and they're only going to be valid for just a few hours. You have to make that decision. You don't want to do a lot of impulse buying. I'm not saying doing that, but if it's things you really are already going to buy, and already do buy, and it's things that you need, you might want to go ahead and get it. Besides actually building up an emergency fund and a little bit of a savings account and having a decent amount of money in your checking account to pay bills so that, you have electric the next month, you definitely want to have a slush fund, of some sort. It could just be $20, it could be $100 or whatever you can afford, but it's just kind of like a secondary reserve for these unexpected, awesome bargains that you find. But of course, don't think about that too much, because in terms of the slush fund, because you might want to dip into it to get other little cool knickknacks. Maybe you want to get a new backpack or a new pair of shoes or whatever. You got to kind of almost try to forget about it and only remember it when you need it for real reasons. But as always, thanks for watching. And hey, we got some really cool, awesome videos coming out, every day this week, different themes, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. I'm trying to get a little bit more into being more focused in what I say. I am a little long-winded, as you can tell. I'm still rambling, but it should be interesting, the different kind of things we talk about over the next 2 weeks in particular, and going forward from there. As always, thanks a lot for watching and your support. Feel free to hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, hey, just go ahead and hit that button. Help me out. I have a goal at this end of this month I'm trying to reach, and if you can help me do that, I'd be very appreciative. This channel is all for you and to give information to you. And if you can only just learn, or even if you just learn one little thing every video, or even a little minute little thought popped in your head that you didn't have before that helps you, that's what this is all about. A lot of this stuff is not like totally amazing new territory. Like, this is not the new frontier. I'm not reinventing the wheel or anything else. We're just talking about, in layman's term, how things are and things that you can do to be prepared for your family's safety, for your well-being, and for the, just the overall general peace of mind that we get when we try to integrate different redundancies and knowledge and skill sets into our portfolio of survivability. As always, take care. Catch you soon.